So we just made the football shapes of the eye, and we have two more parts to add in there. The first one is the iris, and the next one is the pupil. The iris is the colored part of your eye, and as you can see on this, it's a circular shape, and you'll be able to look in the mirror at your own eye, but the top part of that gets cut off, and you can see that here as well. And this one, you can see more of it, but that's pretty wide eye, and nobody walks around with their eyes really wide open. So you want to maybe just draw maybe the bottom part of the eye, or sometimes it looks like this. And you can tell that if I drew up over here and down below, it would create a full circle. So you don't want to make lines like this, because that doesn't look like a circular shape. That just looks like straight lines. So you want to make sure that it fills your space, and it looks as if it's going to be circular. And then I like to look at the triangle. This is called the negative space, but it's almost like a triangle, and this is the outside of the eye, so I have to go to the outside over here. Then I sketch that in, and if it looks about the same, then I go ahead and do the inside one. And I think those look fairly similar. Then we've got to do the pupil. So that was the iris, then we have to do the pupil. And the pupil is this black part of the eye, and if you look in your mirror you'll be able to see that. But you don't want it to be too big or too small. And then you just shade it right in. And then it looks like kind of like a little creepy eye, but almost like the person's looking out at you. And you want to make sure that that's in the same place on both eyes. And need to draw that down just a little bit farther. And then we've got to add some detail, and this is called, I like to call it the iris detail, where the colored part we're just adding in. And if you look in your mirror, that is all coming from the center of the eye, from that pupil. So it's almost like a sun. And you can add that on both sides. You just go back and forth and back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then I like to go ahead and draw a little bit darker. And the pupil is the darkest part of your eye. So I'm just adding and making some of that a little bit darker, and you can do that with your eye as well. I don't like to make everything dark, just because then it looks like you're wearing eyeliner, and I'm sure boys don't want to look like they're wearing eyeliner. But I think that's pretty good.